Hey, how are we all doing? Welcome back to another day of streaming. How are we all? Yes, great to see everyone. We do have some data coming in 9 minutes. We have got, is it in 9 minutes? Yeah. Non-farm payrolls, which should be fun. And yeah, we'll kick that off. Get a nice, maybe a bit of volatility, who knows? After Bitcoin has recovered pretty well, you've got to say. I just want to start by saying, please do drop a like on the stream. You guys know the drill by now. What is that? What is that? Yes, NFP. Hi Nick, how we doing, mate? Pappy, yes, how are you doing, mate? Delta says, got my lunchtime Chinese and ready to rock. Come on, Dave the Destroyer, let's have it. Oh, lunchtime Chinese, nice. Is that a little Friday ritual, mate? Do you do that every Friday, or what's the score with that? Loki, how we doing? Great to see you. Afternoon to you, mate. But yeah, I mean, where do we start? Well, obviously the only place to start is with Bitcoin. I'm not going to gloat too much, but how perfect was that box that I drew? You couldn't really get much more perfect, could you? Look at that. So yeah, there we go. We obviously finally got the sweep down last night. Swept all these lows that we'd been talking about for. We must have been looking at this for about 2 weeks now. Even when price was, you know, up here, we started to look about what was going on down below, and we finally got the sweep. So obviously, for those of you that have been tuning into the streams regularly, you should have been well prepared for this and where we was looking for price to sweep and a bounce. And I mean, look at that. You couldn't really get much more perfect, could you? Then down into right at the extremities of the box and then back up. Now, the response has been very, very interesting. I mean, the response is what you would associate is as this is what normally happens when MicroStrategy are buying. So I don't know whether we'll get something that MicroStrategy have bought or not, or whether we are just seeing a recovery. But obviously the drop was very aggressive, and the recovery has been kind of like, it's very slow build up, isn't it? And kind of like price being walked up is what I would say. I'd say like, yeah, price is being walked up, back up. We can probably see it better on the 5 minute as well. Yeah, you can just see like just very controlled. Now, the question is whether this is obviously a complete wipeout and liquidation of long side leverage, and you know, that's it now, and then we're going to maybe try and bounce back towards some higher levels, or is this maybe just potentially MicroStrategy buy-in or a dead cat bounce, and then maybe we kind of, you know, round off and then roll back over and go back down? We could see either scenario. How is the S&P doing from yesterday? So Bitcoin is pretty much just mirroring the S&P, isn't it? You know, it's pretty much just a mirror image of what we're seeing. I mean, the S&P wasn't actually that far away from what we was looking at yesterday, was it? Pretty nearly got there. But yeah, I mean, mirror image, aggressive drop, and then very slowly walking back up. So what is next for Bitcoin is the question. And that's hopefully something we can try and decipher today. But I mean, Stonksy nailed it. When this volatility comes in, there is nothing better than these double confirmations. During dry volatility and just boring sideways PA, I think the channels are definitely where really Stonksy thrives now for me, in the channels during any environment. But particularly when we get this volatility coming in, there is nothing better than the 5 minute and 6 minute double confirmation for longs and shorts. Yeah. Oh, a little Friday ritual. What have you got from the Chinese then, mate? Come on, you can't tease us like that and not tell us. Alex, how we doing? Happy Friday, mate. Yes, happy Friday to all you legends watching over on YouTube and on X, wherever you are. Thank you for joining me for today. But yeah, we got the so we've had the liquidation. Now, if we go to say the 2 hour chart, obviously, yeah, we've cleared all this out now. So where is going to be the place of Bitcoin to struggle? We could definitely start struggling up here from where supply came in. So obviously here is where supply really entered the market aggressively. Up here at 104,500. If we get a complete like V reversal looking at the 2 hour time frame. We could also just be filling the fair value gap, which has filled now. So price has filled the fair value gap after the aggressive drop. So if this is indeed a dead cat bounce, potentially this should be kind of the area where we roll over from and then start heading back down. If we're going to break to the upside, we've got a few levels. Obviously, yeah, here is where supply entered the market aggressively. So that's where I'd be watching. Obviously, we've been selling off here towards the later end of the week, just under 106. But then the biggie, obviously, is this KSR zone here. So there's definitely a few levels for us to keep an eye on. Obviously, Stonksy has got this outlined as the major one, which I 100% agree with. If we go back to the downside, then with us sweeping pretty much all local liquidity down here, going back to the downside isn't going to do anything really. So we'd then potentially be looking further down, and I'd be looking at this region here. If we was to go back, if we start to roll over and fall back down, I believe potentially this is on the cards. Maybe if there's the right step in, then maybe just maybe there. But yeah, that's two regions where I'd be interested in looking. But yeah, we'll see. Up to now, obviously strong recovery, and we are back nearly towards obviously where price started to sell off. Let me know in the chat, what do you guys think? Did you trade the way down? Did you short it? Did you long the drop? Did you long down here and pump it back up? Now, I mean, I don't think there's really anywhere else to start than these antics that was going on yesterday, is there? I think there's just nowhere else to start apart from there. So let's start there. And do that. So let me pin that. So, I mean, this was just crazy yesterday, wasn't it? It's still going on. I mean, he's still retweeting stuff, isn't he? He's still retweeting stuff, but yeah, absolutely crazy. I mean, this created obviously a lot of uncertainty in the market. And, you know, the big one was this so-called quote-unquote really big bomb that he dropped. And then I think they were just kind of going back and forth with each other, wasn't they? Just been going back and forth with each other. But yeah, I mean, created uncertainty in the market. And obviously Tesla just got absolutely hammered. I mean, it closed minus 14% yesterday. The thing just got absolutely hammered. I mean, if you ended up buying the fear, and, you know, if you would have bought anywhere around there, then you would have been up 7% on open today. So buying the fear yesterday looks like it's worked short time frame. Whether it works long time frame is a different story. I mean, if we go to the daily chart, it's actually pretty crazy, isn't it? So that is now from the local high to the bottom to 25% sell off on Tesla. Yes, Stonksy, how we doing, mate? I got a nice entry on Dot. Did you now? Very nice. We'll have a look at Dot. Delta, I'm still waiting for you to tell us what you've got in your Chinese, mate. If you noticed, though, on the daily, we are now really within the lower end of the band where we bounced. But yeah, looking like Tesla's going to open 4.5% up on open. So yeah, but a really aggressive sell-off as all that was going on yesterday. And I mean, the gap down on open was interesting, wasn't it? Because that was obviously on the back of trouble brewing. I think we've got legs up on most of the Mag 7, yeah, if not all. Yeah, all of the Mag 7 gap into the upside. So S&P is going to open up. The Mag 7 is going to open up, including Tesla. And Bitcoin is pushing back up as well. So the question is, was that just a liquidation move that we've been waiting for? And are we going to start maybe pressing the highs again now? Pumping. Yeah, it is, mate. It is. It's pumping back to the upside. It is going, isn't it? Delta. Beef in black bean sauce with rice. Oh, mate. Now you are making me hungry. Save says, I bought Tesla at 275. Oh, legendary. Legendary, mate. Nicely done. Nicely done. That is a very, very, very nice play. So congrats on that. Yeah, I must say that is, I think, that time to perfection almost. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, pretty much right at the bottom, wasn't it? That was superbly done, mate. Well done on that. What a buy. I mean, if we look at ETH, let's see ETH. I mean, yeah, 5 minute just absolutely caught it perfectly, didn't it? And then if you notice, if we go onto the daily chart, we did obviously come down. We actually closed outside of the range, but we're looking like ETH is making an attempt to break back in and is up slightly against Bitcoin again, 0.5%. But if you notice now, so on that move, ETH has ran these. Oh, can't exactly see that. ETH has ran these lows. It's ran. Did they run that low? No. So it's ran that low. It's ran them two lows. So it's ran a lot of liquidity there, built up from mid March-ish. So it's ran a lot of liquidity, which is good. And obviously, yeah, pumping back up now. So, yeah, we want to see, obviously, ETH close back inside the range, ideally. But I mean, it looks to me like altcoins are really having a good day today after yesterday. I mean, look at that. Bang. What a call. Sol's up nearly 5%. Sol is doing really, really nice. And look at that again. So for those of you watching, I don't know if anyone follow, but we were looking at this yesterday on stream. Breaking below this box we was, I think, at the time of streaming. And yeah, I wish I could say I traded that, but I didn't. Now, if you see where Sol is rejecting from there, we're obviously rejecting from where we was finding support. So the question is this resistance? Because if it is, yeah, we could end up falling back to the downside again. But that was only Drew yesterday, and we just slammed right into it straight away. So if you were taking note on stream, you could have at least had about 6% up now. Did anyone take this trade? Did anyone take the Bitcoin one? Did anyone take anything? that I ran through on stream. But the Bitcoin one and the Sol one anyway, as worked to perfection, really. Doge sold off very aggressively, obviously being tied to Elon. I think Doge finds itself in quite the awkward position, doesn't it, because of the ties to Elon. So, yeah, I don't really know what to think about Doge at the moment. So it obviously sold off more aggressively than anything else. AVAX pushing up nicely. Sui doing the business. Sui's doing the business. Very nice. Oh, it went all the way down to 284. But yeah, Sui doing the business up nearly 7% today. And again, bang, bang. There we go. So we've got Ton up nearly 4%. H-bar up 4%. OM. Oh, God, look at that. All the way down to 27 cents. Not good. Not good. Not good at all. What else have we got? Tau up 5%, doing very nice. So Tau has come back. I don't even know what we drew here. Let's see. Okay, hang on. Let me just change. Okay, so Tau is retesting this SR here. Let me just change all this to grey so we can actually see what's going on. Yeah, so Tau is testing this SR zone again. This is clear SR. You can see it all the way back until the end of 2023. SR, 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 here, here, here again. So, yeah, we're testing this. So this is obviously needs to hold the support. If we don't hold support there, then it's not great. But as long as we hold support there, then obviously a bounce back towards the highs remains possible if Bitcoin does the business. So that could be mid to late 400s. So we'll keep an eye on that. But yeah, very nicely done on Tau as well. Yeah, as you can see all through altcoins. Oh, what's Dupe doing? Oh, look at that. Bang. Very, very nice. And Dupe very close to coming back to this zone as well again. I don't know exactly what I've drawn here, but came very close back to it. Radium. But yeah, if anyone's got anything that they would specifically like me to look at specifically, then get it into the comments, and I'll take a look at that for you fine people. But yeah, I mean, overall, alts got hit pretty hard, but nice recovery on Bitcoin, leading to a nice recovery on alts. I missed NFP, didn't I? NFP was forecast, let's see. I completely forgot about that. So it was forecast at 130. And then it means that there was more jobs created than expected, which means that obviously the economy is still doing quite well. Kind of gives Powell one reason to not lower rates. Because for measuring against NFP anyway, the job market still looks good. But yeah, I mean, I'm guessing that was the reason for this upward candle here. Now, it's interesting to see what we get moving into open now, because we have just very steadily walked up. I'm fascinated to see if we get a tweet from Saylor. I'm calling it now. I would be shocked if bloody hell. Metaplanet has launched largest ever equity raise dedicated to Bitcoin. 5.4 billion. So they want to get to 100,000 Bitcoin by the end of 2026 and 210,000 Bitcoin by the end of 27. Wow. Fascinating. But yeah, I mean, I would be shocked if MicroStrategy or someone wasn't buying here. I think it's got one of them written all over it. MicroStrategy, GameStop, Metaplanet, whoever. Now, Pepe, easy Kev, how we doing, mate? Started a short on Bitcoin. I mean, if you are looking, to maybe fade this, yeah, I would say, the risk reward here, as long as you've got your stop loss in somewhere that you're happy, then the risk reward to short this bounce is half decent, to be fair, given the nature of the way it's walked back up. And obviously we're moving into US Open. You can definitely rationalize having a little short here. Just obviously, make sure your stop losses is somewhere that you're happy with it. But yeah, I mean, the thing is, we're just still getting the same people buying all the time, aren't we? It's constantly Metaplanet, MicroStrategy, obviously GameStop has jumped in with that now. But I think, obviously, with what Elon Musk has said yesterday, that if anyone is deep into politics or any Americans that we've got in the chat, let me know. But to my understanding, does this not throw some risk into... I seen someone yesterday talking about, I don't know if he was an American or not, talking about like what's happened gives strength to the Democrats winning the midterms or something and gaining control of the House again or whatever. I don't know what it was, but then pretty much they were just saying like all this positivity about Bitcoin and crypto and stuff that supposedly Trump has brought could just all be ruined if that happens. So I don't know what that means or not. Let me know. Hit my fib level and just had a 5 million liquidation candle. Very nice, mate. Bitcoin 6-minute green with our strategy looks good though. Let's see. Where did the... Yeah, I mean, well, it's deep into profits already, isn't it? Pretty similar to the 5-minute. Let me get the poll up because I'm calling it. This move up, I think, if you're asking me, I think it gets faded. I think this whole walk up will end up getting unwound and just faded. I mean, you've got just constant, just like up slowly. The amount of stops above or under all this now is ridiculous. So that could get unwound pretty quickly. We'll see if that happens or not. It might not. Like I say, I mean, if we get above particularly this, I was looking at this on the 2-hour time frame. So, you know, whether you want to move it up to there or put it there or wherever. But particularly, you know, heading into here as well. If we head into here, obviously this is where supply came in here, but we originally got the rejection up here, and that's where we sold off from. So, I mean, yeah, it's already potentially starting, isn't it? The S&P is pushing back up again. So it's back into this daily SR where price is being pushed down and suppressed. I'll be interested to know, get your comments in. Do you think the dip is over? Do you think that's it? We've had the leverage wipeout and the retrace, and now we're going towards new highs? Or, you know, at least maybe consolidate and then build towards new highs? Or do you think we're going to drop lower? Get it into the chat now. Let me know what you think. I'd love to know. Let me know in the chat. If you haven't already, please do drop a like on the stream. We are at 9 likes, 10 likes, so we can do a little bit more than that, can't we? Get your likes in. Get them going. But yeah, I want to know in the chat what you guys think. Do you think the correction is over now, or do you think we're going to go lower? I'm just calculating something in my head then. Yeah, I mean, if we can get a bit of ETH strength. So if we can get a bit of ETH strength coming in. Obviously, we lost strength yesterday on the dip. It got pummeled a bit, didn't it? But if we can get some strength coming back into ETH, then yeah, we could certainly. I mean, if we go back to the hourly, you know, this is where we was ranging, wasn't it? This was the range that it was in. Now, notice what happened on ETH. We was trading in here, wasn't we? And then we broke through, and then it was rejection, sell off. So this is going to be the key area, as you can see, for where price comes into. I think I'll probably draw that there. So if we translate that over to the 5-minute, you can see there, yeah. So this will be the key area for ETH roundabout. If price moves back up, to see the reception on it. I hope I've put a couple of positions in. It tends to drop when I do that, and it did. So back up, please. Hello, Kaz. How are we doing? Great to see you. I don't think I've seen you in the stream for a little bit. I hope you're doing well. And yeah, okay. So Kaz is in higher. Coinbase sold off yesterday, didn't it? So Coinbase isn't that far now towards. Is that? Yeah. So Still got a bit of a way to go, but obviously this is where it gapped up when it got listed on the S&P 500. What MicroStrategy doing? So MicroStrategy sold off, opening a bit higher. Yeah, I mean, I was looking in here for potentially MicroStrategy to bottom, but whether that will come or not just depends, doesn't it? But I was looking potentially in there, so I don't know whether it's got further down to come or not. Maybe not. What's this? Should we watch what's this?
Strategy expects to raise nearly $1 billion from the IPO of preferred stock that pays a 10% yield. The company plans to use the proceeds for general corporate purposes, including buying more Bitcoin. Join us now is Michael Saylor, Strategy Executive Chairman. You've described some of these moves, these financial moves before to us, Michael. Is this more of the same, or is there anything unique or different about this round?
You know, what's exciting here is we've done 3 IPOs of preferred stocks in the past 6 months. Strike was our first convertible preferred, and that was up 29%, while all the other preferreds were down 6%. Strife was a fixed preferred, paying 10% fixed yield at par. That's up 22% versus all the other preferreds down 4.5%. So Stride was the third of those preferreds. And what's going on here is we are offering fixed US dollar yield, and we're swapping it into BTC yield, which is what our equity investors want. The big breakthrough is that in the preferred market, the capital never comes due. There's no refinance risk. We're basically offering a perpetual US dollar yield forever. We're getting the capital forever. And so by matching a very long duration instrument on the liability side with a long duration asset, we're creating, in essence, an indestructible balance sheet. And these preferreds are a very scalable, extremely low risk way to generate leverage to drive a very large premium into the MSTR stock. So it's a win for the fixed income investors because they're getting a yield 400 basis points more than typical preferred stocks or junk bonds would yield. And it's a big win for our equity investors because they want more Bitcoin, and this is a way to get leverage without worrying about any kind of bond coming due.
Wow. You obviously are the ultimate hodler. You would buy, if you have money, you buy Bitcoin, I think, don't you? It doesn't matter whether it's up, down, or flat.
Interesting. I don't really know too much about them things that they've been issuing, these Strike or Strife or whatever it is. But he's always just so happy when he knows he can buy more Bitcoin, isn't he? I mean, look at the look on his face when he's being asked if he just buys more Bitcoin when he's got spare money. I mean, look at the grin on that face. He absolutely loves it. There's nothing more than Saylor loves than hitting that green button. Cryptogenic says, smash the likes. Yes, please do smash the likes. Some nice long liquidation levels between 102,500 and 103, expecting market makers to chase them. Yeah, I think we could see a lot of this move getting unwound, to be honest. I think we could see, even if we are done for downside, I can't imagine that, like, literally you could have just longed anywhere between 10 o'clock last night and, up to, say, like 10 o'clock this morning. So you had a 12-hour window. And if you would have just longed anywhere in that 12-hour window, you're in profit. So I find it hard to believe that just, all of these positions between here and here just get away with it. So I don't know. Even if we are done for downside, I mean, could we see something like, that, and then, consolidation and then bang, go back up? Potentially. Either that or something comes out and it just bang, just sends it. Does anyone want to hear more of what this guy's got to say? Let me know in the chat if you want me to play more of this video. If you want me to play more of this video, I will. Or we can just move on to something else. If a few of you are interested to sit and watch more of that interview, then I can put that on. So Bitcoin, 24-hour. We have got upside liquidity coming in towards like 105,000 and a half, 105.5k. 3-day liquidity. We've obviously gone down and, you know, swept all this. To the upside, it's kind of, 105.5k upwards to 107.7. On the 2-week time frame, once it loads, come on. So we took the hotspot yesterday to the downside. We also obviously swept a good chunk of it. Now, where Bitcoin's been moving, it's just been obviously moving in this liquidity void that we've got here. But to the upside, obviously, the hotspot remains towards the all-time high. And there's still, on a 2-week time frame anyway, there's obviously a bit of a void upwards until we get to like 106 and then obviously downside. So, yeah, liquidity-wise, we have swept downside liquidity for sure. Yeah, let me know what you guys would like me to cover next, or if you want me to put more of that interview on by Sailor, I can do that for sure. It is completely up to you. Problem is, heat map charts don't say if the orders have been cashed in. Yeah, I mean, really, just take them with a pinch of salt, don't you? You just take them with a pinch of salt. I mean, we were looking at the levels we was looking at. You know, we've seen, if we look at these levels, Dave, you know, we've been looking at these as liquidity levels for, you know, easily over a week, 10 days, maybe even 2 weeks. We've been looking at this. I've had this drawn out on stream and we've looked at it pretty much every stream for ages now with these highlighted and in this zone. So you can do it with just a naked eye, can't you? I think it is interesting to see the heat map and stuff. But I mean, really, it's pretty easy to look at with the naked eye. You know what? You could tell all these were up for the taking, couldn't you? So on the poll, we've got 67% of people thinking we are going to continue upwards. Woke up to a 41% profit. Yes, Delta. That's what we like. That's what we like. Right, I'm just gonna finish off getting a drink, and then we will continue on. Let's see. I'll tell you what. We've got half an hour until US Open. Let's see a bit more of what he was saying.
150% Bitcoin, Joe.
Do you think at this point that there's, let me just say, what are you waiting for at this point in terms of good news? I think the regulatory environment since the election is definitely improved. We've talked about how much harder it gets to mine, and there's halving. When is the next halving, and what are the next moves that it would cause the asset Bitcoin to get to some of these? I don't know whether you have Tom Lee type projections. I think Tom the other day said eventually it could get to 2.5 million per coin or higher before we never really will get to mining the last coin, will we? Not in our lifetime.
Not in our lifetime, but the last 6 months have been tremendous. All of the fundamental planets have aligned. Bitcoin's been acknowledged as the one digital commodity in the world by the administration. The banking regulators have given a green light to bank Bitcoin. The accountants have upgraded the accounting to fair value accounting. There's been a surge of Bitcoin treasury companies. There's like 100 public companies or more that are holding Bitcoin on their balance sheet. And every single week, there's another announcement. I think that, it used to be we're focused on the halvings, but at this point, the entire natural supply of Bitcoin is only 450 Bitcoin available for sale every day. That's sort of about $45, $50 million a day at this level. That is all being consumed by the Bitcoin treasury companies, and the Bitcoin ETFs are coming on strong. So I'm very bullish. My forecast in July of last year in Nashville was Bitcoin's going to appreciate 29% a year on average for the next 21 years. And that moves it was about mid 65,000 to 13 million a coin in the year 2045. I'm getting more bullish on that forecast, but I'm certainly comfortable forecasting 30% a year ARR on average.
The guy is getting more bullish than forecasting $13 million a coin for the next 21 years. What a guy! He's getting. Look at his face as well. Like, look how happy he is when he talks about Bitcoin. I would want to achieve the level of happiness that Saylor has when he talks about Bitcoin. Look at this guy's face when he says he's more bullish.
Forecast in July of last year in Nashville was Bitcoin's going to appreciate 29% a year on average for the next 21 years. And that moves it was about mid 65,000 to 13 million a coin in the year 2045. I'm getting more bullish on that forecast, but I'm certainly comfortable forecasting 30% a year ARR on average for the next 20 years. I think Bitcoin's up 57% a year for the past 4.5 years. Again, that's double the Mag 7. That's quadruple the S&P.
Insane. I mean, what market cap would that be? Let's ask Grok. $257 trillion. Come on. I mean, don't get me wrong. I like a bullish long-term Bitcoin price, but the entirety of the S&P is like under 50 trillion. So we're going to 5 times higher than the whole S&P put together. That would put it at 10 times the market cap of gold. Does anyone actually think that's going to happen? I mean, that would be ridiculous. Another day says, anybody not cashing in their shorts yesterday crazy. I mean, yeah, when you get to a level like that, isn't it? When you get to a level like we got to, and obviously we've swept all these liquidity points here, obviously coming in towards a big juicy 100k round number, and obviously completing what would be classed as anyway, I think, a decent pullback of 10%. Yeah, the stars kind of align for at least some relief, a relief bounce. But I don't think the conditions were there just to have down relentlessly. Obviously we've had up relentlessly, haven't we? That was just like bang. I don't think the conditions are there just yet. If it's to come of just straight nuke candle like 10k, do you know what I mean? So yeah, good to see some relief for sure. But yeah, man, I mean, if any of us strive to just get the level of happiness that Saylor has when he talks about Bitcoin, you'd have a very, very nice, happy life, that's for sure. He absolutely loves it, doesn't he? Do make sure you get the likes in. Do make sure you subscribe, and of course, make sure you click the first link in the description or in the chat now. Sign up to BLOFIN. It is the best non-KYC exchange in the industry, and you can trade futures on there, spot on there, hold stables on there. And of course, we are still running the discount on the first month for Stonksy. Get that in the description to get trades like this alerted for you. So that is all in the description with the discount code too. Yeah, I kind of expect an announcement on MicroStrategy that it's bought Bitcoin. I would be shocked if they didn't buy Bitcoin yesterday or leading into today. I would be shocked. I'm so itchy. But yeah, what would you guys like me to look at next? Let me know in the chat. We've got just over 25 minutes to go until US Open, until we get some probably interesting movement, actually, with obviously the Mag 7 being up, Bitcoin recovering, everything recovering after a downwards day yesterday. We are potentially in for an interesting Open. And we'll, of course, see what the majority of you legends are thinking. But yeah, I think next, what could we have a look at next? I mean, we've got the end of the week today. So we could maybe have a look to see what we could be moving into next week. So yeah, we'll go and have a look at that now. But yeah, do let me know in the chat. Come on, got your comments in, guys. Come on, get your comments in. Let's go and have a look to see if there's any outliers in the market that we haven't got. Right. Is this for the top 100? Yeah, top. So Sky. Never heard of this thing. Ah, right. Okay, these are just Sky. Never heard of that. 24 hour. Fart coin. Yeah, I mean, how did I not think of that? That is definitely the place to start in it. Fart coin, I believe. Has had, I mean, look at memes. Memes are just absolutely surging, aren't they, today? Where is Farty? Here it is. Back above $1. I swear. Yes, it didn't quite get there yesterday, did it? I mean, yesterday it even closed. It even closed green yesterday in the midst of all that stuff going on. But we did come down and we liquidated below this SR region, but we have held it again. This is strong SR now, all but confirmed even the last time, but definitely this time this is the SR zone. So, you know, for future reference, if we get any sort of downside movement on Fartcoin, the break below here is what we'd be looking for. Now, this thing is just absolutely insane, isn't it? I mean, Stonksy came in with the double background confirmation about 93 cents. We was probably actually wasn't. Yeah, I was looking at. Would have been looking at it around that level on stream. And yeah, back at 105. So that's good. Doge, obviously, we looked at before. SHIB is up 5% ish. SPX is up. Bonk is up 5%. Pepe. Someone asked me to look at Pepe before, didn't they? I think it was Pappy. I mean, if we have a look at Pepe, for me, let's go to the 4-hour chart. For me, Pepe, the obvious SR test is down here-ish. Now, we've not got there yet. Don't know whether we will get down there. But for me, the obvious SR test would be down there. You could argue here, and that's why it's bounced. You could argue, well, we had a bit of resistance coming here, 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 here. But, I mean, this is the latest price data, isn't it, to the downside? So, I don't know. You could definitely argue here. You could say, well, we're currently as it stands, we're holding here where we obviously got resistance all along here. So, that would make sense. But, yeah, I mean, who knows what's going to happen. But definitely to the upside, you've got... point now, so I'd be watching that for low time frame / obviously maybe across the next week or so for interaction in there. But this gray area is where it needs to break, and then if we break that, I expect a continuation up to 0.2. So yeah, that's pretty easy on Pepe. Downside, I'd be looking into here, push up into here, maybe fall off, but above there, then yeah, back into the grey box, and then from there, another assessment. We've got a couple of movers. Giga's up 6.5%. Let's go and see what he's doing on the low time frame. Popcat up 10%. Wow, Popcat having a great resurgence there. 1,000 rats moving up. Peanut the script. Whoa, look at that. Can't be right, can it? That can't be right. Peanut pushing back up over 6%. Turbo moving. FWOG doing good. Sundog's up a little bit. Mother's pushing back up. So yeah, good day for memes overall by the looks of it. But I mean, we've really got to take advantage and appreciate this volatility, haven't we? Because we've had like week 10 days of just sideways boringness. Nigel, I'm doing well on a Sui trade. Well done, mate. Fantastic stuff. I'm guessing you longed. Yeah, I think Sui's up like 7%, isn't it, on the day? Does it do anything or just a meme? It's just a meme. Fart going. But it's like, I would say it's probably got the strongest like narrative / cult mentality behind it this cycle, or this part of the cycle for sure. I mean, just the attention and emphasis on Fartcoin and being hot air is like hot air rises. I think is like the thing that's attached to it. It's pretty unbelievable. But good afternoon, Discipline. How we doing, mate? Great to see you. Yes, thank you very much for joining me. Thank you very much. We've got 20 minutes to go until US Open. We do have 21 viewers and 18 likes. So yeah, good like ratio. Thank you very much. To those of you that haven't joined Stonksy yet, we do have the offer still on, 20% off your first month. So that is code BOT20 at checkout. Second link in the description for you guys on YouTube. If you're watching over on X, it is stonksy.io, or you can find the link in the X bio. It is this monthly plan that you wish to get here. And yeah, BOT20 at checkout to get 20% off your first month, down to £116. And you get everything for that too. You get Discord access, bot access, and then full indicator and oscillator access. Where is my oscillator, by the way? Where is the oscillator gone? The oscillators should be there. There we go. So we are actually rolling over momentum-wise on the 5-minute, which is also a bit of a concern, to be honest. So something else to bear in mind, I think, moving into this open. Let's see what the majority of people are thinking. 50%. Oh, so it's evenly split. Okay. I think we'll watch some more of that Michael Saylor interview because I'm interested to hear what he says. Let's see what else he's got to say. Where was we up to? I can't remember. I think
that is all being consumed by into. That's double the Mag 7. That's quadruple the S&P. That's 8 times real estate, and bonds are down 4%. So Bitcoin is smashing everything, Joe.
Hey, Michael, you keep popping up in my feed. You've gone viral with some comments you made at the Bitcoin 2025 conference in Las Vegas recently. And it was where someone was asking you about proof of reserves for strategies, 567,000 Bitcoin. You said that was not a good idea. You don't agree with it because you think it's a security risk to actually do the proof of reserves that way. But there have been a lot of critics in the Bitcoin world about that. They say that snubbing audits like that flies in the face of Bitcoin's founding principles, which are verifiable, transparent ownership. And they say for a company that has its entire business model around Bitcoin, that stance raises some eyebrows. What do you say to that?
Crypto Twitter is very colorful, and we have these fun back and forth. The highest standard of in this case, transparency would be a public company audit from a company like KPMG, where they're auditing both your assets and your liabilities, combined with officer representations pursuant to Sarbanes-Oxley about related parties and the like. And so we are a publicly traded company. Our assets are audited. Our Bitcoin reserves are audited by KPMG, as are our liabilities. I think that, we're always thinking and considering, is there a way to do proof of reserves in a secure way? We're not enthusiastic about publishing all of our wallet addresses and having people track them every minute by minute, because it exposes our custodians, our counterparties, and our employees to more IT risk. But we're considering it. We're thinking about, is there a way to do it with a zero knowledge proof? And we're also always thinking about self-custody and what is the right way to manage custodian risk. And I think what you see is there's the OG crypto advocates who developed a bunch of very strong ideas over the past decade, and there's an emerging class of institutional Bitcoin holders like BlackRock, like the ETFs, and like the Bitcoin treasury companies, and they're focused not just on the assets but also on the liabilities. We have to audit and publish those audits with 10Qs and 10Ks.
Hey, Michael, just very quickly to follow up, the finances from.
Interesting. I like what he has to say a lot of the time. I do like listening to him. He's a very good speaker, isn't he? Bitcoin is just hanging around now. So it looks like we've got a low time frame consolidation range here. $14 minutes to go until US Open. The S&P is pushing. So the S&P is currently looking like it's going after maybe the weekly high, or into where supply came in. So obviously this is where supply hit the S&P here. So 2 areas for us to watch on the S&P while Bitcoin consolidates. Do make sure, if you're just joining, make sure you drop a like on the stream. Make sure you are subscribed as well. And yeah, we will be watching a very interesting US Open given yesterday's antics and the recovery today. It should be very interesting to see. Oh, look at Sui. Sui is ripping to the guy who said he was, what was your name? Nigel. Nigel, I don't think I've seen you in the chat before as well, so do make sure you subscribe, mate. It's great to see you. Yeah, Nigel is absolutely printing on the Sui move. I mean, nearly 9% on the day, and look how well Stonksy played that. So for those of you that don't know what Stonksy is, it is the indicator and oscillator seen before you. And we got the red background, which is obviously indicating short. Come in here, we had the bearish arrow confirmation come in afterwards. So this is something that we call a double confirmation. When you get these are separate features on Stonksy, the arrow and the background. But when you get both of them come together soon after the background opens on the 5-minute and the 6-minute, especially in volatile environments, it is a very good sign. And obviously traded all the way down on the dip, and then we got the green background come in with the green arrow soon after, and then bang. It's very, very nice there by Stonksy. So when you get Stonksy, depending on obviously what plan you get, so for the monthly, the annual, and the lifetime plans, all these 3, you get access to absolutely everything. On the Stonksy oscillator plan, you just get access to the oscillator, which is this down here, and then you get Discord access as well. But say, you're coming on the monthly plan and you're going to take advantage of that 20% off the first month that we're running. You get access to everything. So you get access to everything that you see on screen here. You get access to the Discord server, the trading bots. Any upgrades that we do in that time are all free. So any additions that we make, we recently added these channels in, which are proving to be very, very useful and very profitable. So yeah, do make sure you take advantage of that. It would be great to see you come over. I commented once before about ENA. I'm living in Vietnam. I'm usually here most days, lurking in the back. Oh, yes, Nigel. I do think I remember that, actually, something about Vietnam. But great to see you. I don't mind you lurking in the background, mate. Make sure you pop into the chat more often, no? It is an open stage, mate. So whatever you want to say or tell us, the stage is yours. But yeah, thank you for commenting, mate. It's great to see you. Do hope to see you over on Stonksy soon. Right, so we've got 10 minutes to go. I do wonder what type of US Open we're going to get. I do wonder. Could argue that most of the recovery, maybe for today at least, is already done. Pre-market. Right. Let's go back to Bitcoin. Yeah, just consolidating. The fall off in momentum is kind of worrying me on the 5-minute. What have we got coming in next week? When have we got CPI? Next week, next Wednesday. And then we got PPI on Thursday. So interesting Wednesday and Thursday next week. We'll be watching both of them on stream, of course. Tell you what, let's see what else he's got to say while we pass
Our
some time.
CEO, Changpeng Zhao, made some kind of cryptic comment where he said he probably sold Bitcoins. People thought that was referring to you. I am certainly not referring to Changpeng Zhao as some paragon of virtue, but just to be clear, that's not the case. You haven't sold?
No, I've never sold any Bitcoin. I haven't sold my personal Bitcoin. The company did a tax wash transaction for a de minimis amount of money many years ago, but the company has accumulated Bitcoin, in every period since we began this journey.
Michael, when I heard that right now ECDSA signature breaking would only require 1 million qubits. I'm speaking your language now. I have no idea what I'm saying. Down from a previous estimate of 13 million qubits, theoretically means that private keys from public addresses could be broken. Shor's algorithm could be gotten around by quantum computing. So quantum computing, at some point, could break the algorithm for Bitcoin. Are there countermeasures that they could be put in? You probably understand what I'm asking you. Do you worry about that? You look like you slept okay. You look like you slept okay last night.
It's mainly marketing by people that want to sell you the next quantum yo-yo token. But look, Google and Microsoft aren't going to sell you a quantum computer that cracks modern cryptography because it would destroy Google and Microsoft and the US government and the banking system. And at some point, I don't think it's this year, next year, in the next 5 years, but sometime 10, 20 years out, if there's a hyper powerful computer that threatens modern cryptography, the answer is Bitcoin network hardware upgrades, Bitcoin network software upgrades, just like Microsoft, Google, the US government upgrade all their messaging and banking applications. The key for everybody is Bitcoin's a protocol like the English language and base 10 math. When the quantum computer breaks your calculator and breaks your messaging app, you're not learning base 16 math and you're not going to switch to a different language. You're just going to upgrade your software. And Bitcoin's a monetary protocol. We're just going to upgrade the software, Joe.
Wow. Because there are people that throw that around that know, actually they know less than I do, I think. But so there are countermeasures to deal with that.
If I wanted to hack your Bitcoin, I'd send you an email saying a quantum computer can hack your Bitcoin. Click on the link to upgrade now, and then I'd steal your Bitcoin. It's 10,000 times more likely I'm phishing you than there is.
Interesting. Yeah. Don't really hear much about that theory anymore. Look who's decided to show up. It is an SMFC. Not much, to be honest. We've been looking at the Bitcoin and crypto drop and then the reversal. We've been looking at the Mag 7, which are all up pre-market. Tesla's back up pre-market was anyway to 299 the last time we looked. And then, we've just been doing some looking around. We've just watched, we've been watching it in stages, that interview of Michael Saylor. And what I was saying, Dean, was, hang on. Let me try and find the point.
At this point, let me just say, what are you waiting for? That just move higher.
The last 6 months have been tremendous. It's been acknowledged beta-D accounting. I think that, it used to be available for sale, but that is all being consumed. And Nashville was big.
What I was saying was, wouldn't it be good if everyone was as happy as Saylor when he talks about Bitcoin? Now listen to just how, when he says he's even more bullish, look at it, like the look on his face.
65,000 to 13 million a coin in the year 2045. I'm getting more bullish on that forecast.
Look at his face.
I'm certainly comfortable forecasting 30.
He absolutely loves it, doesn't he? And just to calculate that, we actually had a look. Quite an impressive response to the drop. It was good absorption. Yeah, it was good absorption. The market cap of Bitcoin would be $257 trillion. So that is T for trillion. If Bitcoin was to go to 13 million per coin. But yeah, what we were looking at was just how good we predicted the drop on stream. I mean, the box did the work perfectly. If you go on the hourly, you can see exactly look at that, bang. Couldn't really get much more perfect. I mean, we've swept all this liquidity, haven't we, from back earlier in May. mid-May. We've swept all these wicks, so cleared all that out. And yeah, I mean, the only thing that kind of concerns me is like the slow kind of staircase up pattern on the recovery. Like, don't get me wrong, would a V reversal be just as good? Maybe not, but the kind of like slow staircase up does kind of leave me a bit worried. Low time frame anyway. But yeah, we'll see. I mean, either way, it doesn't matter because Stonksy absolutely nailed the move. So yeah, who cares? Stonksy nailed it, then we all win. But yeah, we've got 3 minutes to go until US Open. Yeah, we were looking at the oscillator as well then, and that's what I said. I said the fact that it's tailing off. I think personally, if I was to guess, I think we drop down again. At least kind of like look to take all this build up here, because you could have literally longed for 12 hours. So between 10 o'clock last night and 10 o'clock this morning, you could have longed anywhere, and you'd be in profit now. So literally just been like a free long session. Like from here on where we dropped, and then, you could have longed anywhere up to here, and you would have been in profit. So yeah, it would make sense to, even if it's not to, new local lows, even if we do something, and then maybe like into here. So, like into here or wherever, here, potentially, you could see that. Just to take some of these positions out. Yeah, we'll see. Maybe not. Maybe we just carry on going up only forever. I've got a little short on now. The risk reward is good, isn't it? Because you've got easily invalidation. You could stick you can stick your stop loss wherever you want, but I think anywhere around like, depends how tight you want it anyway, but as long as you've got your stop loss in a position you're happy with, yeah, the risk reward on a short here is definitely good, I think, personally. Oh. And go. There we go, people. We have it right there. The market is open. So let's go take a look at the Magnificent 7. Nvidia's gapped up to 142.5. Apple is on a surge up to 204, so they are up nearly 2% each. Meta's up 1.6%. Microsoft up just over a half. Amazon up 2%. Tesla is leading the way. Now, interestingly on Tesla, yesterday, obviously, when it opened about 4.5% down. Today, it's opened around about 4.5% up, obviously, after the free fall yesterday. So, interesting, obviously, that was the biggest loser on New York Open yesterday and the biggest gainer today. And Google up nearly 2%. That gives an overall 2% up on the MAGS ETF. Have a look at the MAGS ETF. Yeah, interesting. Yeah, nothing much on open so far. 32 viewers. Big thank you to everyone that's joined today, whether that be on YouTube or X. Make sure you do drop a like and subscribe. If you are watching on X, make sure you follow the Stonksy X account and head over to the YouTube and drop a sub. And of course, if you're looking to trade anywhere today, do sign up to BLOFIN. It is the best non-KYC exchange out there, and you can create an account in under a minute. So you only need an email to create an account, and the interface is fantastic. There it is in the chat. It is the first link in the description as well. So yeah, do take advantage of that and sign up. Sean, yes, mate. PT session done. What's happening? Yes, how are you doing? Which exchange is the cheapest to cash out? What do you mean to cash out? As in withdrawal fee? Do you mean withdrawal fee? Or do you mean like selling your crypto or into stablecoin or selling it into cash? What do you mean, mate? And I'll be able to maybe give you an idea. Suppose it depends on what you mean is to cash out into, like accounting for like selling into pounds or obviously I suppose if you know dollars or stables, and then withdrawing. Let me know, mate, and maybe I'll be able to give you an idea. I wonder what James Wynn has been posting. Keep changing. Now he's a Bitcoin maxi, apparently. Now, what makes me think that this was just the fact that now he is shilling a hyperliquid referral code makes me think that all this was just a hyperliquid marketing stunt. The fact that I know, like, even if it's not, obviously he's shilling that to maybe recover some of his funds or something. I don't know, but I think the fact that he's doing all this now, just like from the start to finish, it just makes me think it's just a hyperliquid marketing stunt. What does everyone else think? Get your comments in as well if you want me to look at anything specific. If you want me to look at, a certain altcoin or whatever. Let's see. So we'll flick through these again. But I mean, we've got ETH up 2.83%, XRP up 3.3%. We've got Sol up. It was at 5% a second ago, tailing off a little bit. It's called Sol to absolute perfection yesterday, didn't we? Down from 150 as we were rejecting or looking like we might reject from the underside of this SR zone here, where we're now rejecting again, potentially. We said next one down towards 140, and we got there on the same day and then bounced all the way back up. So that was a brilliant call from yesterday's stream. Of course, Stonksy doing the business on it as well. Doge up 5% after being hit very hard. Again, Stonksy called an absolute blinder on that. Got no trade on Adder. This is only on the 5-minute chart, by the way. Link, we are into the green in a profit after getting the nice double confirmation to the downside. Juicy profit there. Sui, we looked at before. Absolutely fantastic. I mean, look at that. Bang, bang. Can't get better than that. What else have we got? H-bar, Hype itself, not doing much. Dot. Moving to the upside, nearly back towards $4 now. OM recovering after a drop down towards below 28 cents, nearly down to 27. Unbelievable. OM still free falling. Uni, Ondo, yeah. So Tau was having a good time as well, back into this big key SR zone as well. ENA, really nice call again by Stonksy. So Stonksy absolutely nailed it on a double confirmation across the whole market. So yeah, if you don't know what that is, the double confirmation is when we get the background with the arrow confirmation soon after, and especially in volatile environments, it absolutely nails the move. So obviously catching the drop down and then the reversal, it works absolutely perfectly in volatile environments. But we are getting a push up on Bitcoin now. Swissborg, the sooner everyone ignores him, the sooner he, yeah. I mean, yeah, I just don't believe it. I just don't believe it. Yeah, I saw this and asked to check out on. Yeah, I just don't believe it. I just something just doesn't seem right about the whole thing. GM Scottish, how we doing, mate? Great to see you. NQ is ripping. I think yeah, we got Nasdaq ripping to the upside. S&P now is so the S&P has took out yesterday's high, taken out yesterday's high, 6,006. Now, what's clear on the S&P and quite interesting now when we're looking at Bitcoin as well, it's just once it clears, and it's having a go with it in it, but once it clears this zone, I mean, there's just nothing really there to go until all-time high, which is the crazy part. Like, you know, once we clear this zone here, where you can see we had support coming all along here, support for weeks and weeks and weeks, and then obviously we had the breakthrough and then rejection. So this zone is really key. And it's trying to tackle it now. Once we break through there, you know, this gap from here up to all-time high, there's hardly anything. So, yeah, it's very, very interesting. Which looks like it's giving Bitcoin some welly, doesn't it? It's giving Bitcoin some welly to rally. I'm all itchy. I'm all itchy. So yeah, solid response. I mean, yeah, look at it go. If we look at the Mag 7, yeah, they're all rallying now. We've got Tesla up 5%. So yesterday looks like it was a buying opportunity for sure. If you would have got anywhere near the bottom, you know, you would be up 8% now. You would have got in anywhere within a couple of dollars of that bottom, you would be up 8%, which is very nice. So yeah, everything ripping. Oh, look at it go. Oh, it's going for it, innit? It's going for it. It is going for it. I'm going to be stopped when we break that channel. Stopped out. That was quick. I'm going to be stopped when we break that channel. Stopped out. Oh, well, mate. Win some, lose some. Got a nice update in the Telegram group for the bot. I've seen it pop up. I haven't had a look yet. Let's see. Ah, okay. Very nice, yeah. Are you going to drop something in the Discord, or is it not ready to put forward? I mean, you could just drop that on in there as well, I suppose. But yeah, nice work, man. It looks really good. For those of you who don't know, this is an update that SMFC is talking about coming to the bots. So should be really good. Yeah, we'll test over. Yeah, nice, very nice. Well, look forward to it, and everyone else should look forward to it as well. Got 35 viewers. We do seem to be seems to be a bit of a pattern now where we get people hopping in after US Open, which is interesting. Yeah, but make sure if you have just joined, make sure you drop a big like on the stream and subscribe. Let's see who we've got. What have we got? 20 likes. If you haven't, scroll down, drop a like, and subscribe, of course. And if you aren't signed up to BLOFIN, do click the first link in the description or the one in the chat. Sign up to BLOFIN, get yourself some great welcome bonuses and also your non-KYC account on a great exchange with a great interface. And yeah, you can trade futures under a non-KYC account, so do check that out. And of course, for those of you wondering, where can I get Stonksy? How can I get Stonksy? It is the second link in the description, and we are still running 20% off. So you get 20% off your first month with code BOT20. So if you are in the YouTube stream, you can find that in the description. Or if you're in the X stream, you can find that in the X bio, or come to stonksy.io. So you come to this page on Start Now, and it's this one that you want, the monthly one. So use code BOT20 onto the monthly plan, click here, and then put that code in at checkout to get everything for £116. So that means you get full Stonksy access, oscillator access, Discord access, and bot access. And any updates that we perform during that time, obviously you get that for free as well. So such as the ones that SMFC has just been talking about, then bot updates, they will be added onto users completely free. The S&P is just absolutely rocketing. So we're now only 130 points-ish away from an all-time high, which is just wild, isn't it, when you think about it? Absolutely wild. How it's so little away from an all-time high. Yeah, we are. Oh, yeah. Pushing up now. So we're nearly at this kind of inflection point on Bitcoin that we've been looking at. So I think this will be a low time inflection point for sure. If we break through there, then naturally, you know, the grey box around just under 106k would be the next level for price to go to if we break through here. And then above that, is obviously the key SR zone. So it could get very interesting depending on what happens in here. Yeah, if you want me to look at anything specific, get it in the chat. Let me know. Let me know what you'd like me to cover. Does make you wonder though, the fact that we come out the gate so strong on open. It does make you the past couple of days, well, pretty much all this week, we've had the reverse, haven't we? Whether it be dump on open, then pump afterwards, pump on open, and then dump afterwards. So yeah, I don't know if it's completely out of the woods yet. Compound is rallying. So Compound, I mean, look at that. We looked at Compound the other day because someone asked for it. I mean, look at that on Stonksy. But if you look exactly where, so we covered this, didn't we, on stream? Yeah, this is clear supply for Compound. So still finding trouble in there. So it needs to break through there, doesn't it, to get up to the next point. Mode, I know that's one that you like, isn't it, Dean? NBIS, there's one that Wiz talks about, well, or did talk about all the time anyway, while it was kind of around here. But yeah, that had a really good week. That was up significantly. Auctions having a good old time of it. Fell out with Mode. Yeah, I fell out with a lot of stuff. I fell out with a lot of stuff. I'm literally just bought Bitcoin now. So boring. I think it's better that way. I really do. I think it's so much better that way. I think it is so much better to just be in the safe sound one. And, you know, I don't think there's anything wrong with that at all. I think the whole hype of, you know, you need to be in altcoins to make the big money is kind of just like gone now. Yeah, it's slow, but at least, you know, you're not at risk of what's happened to altcoins, are you? Like, you know, typically it's been like you need to be in altcoins to make the big money. But yeah, I mean, but most of them don't anymore, do they? You know, most of them don't anymore, and you're at the risk of, you know, the unlocks and just everything, and just the fact that no one wants to buy them and stuff. Obviously, barring the big ones, you know, your big ones, you can still get, you know, very rational moves on. But I think I've been fully converted into a Bitcoin maxi, to be honest. Took a while, took a long time, but yeah. At risk of dying of boredom before your transaction finalizes. How long does it take to send something on Bitcoin? Now, have you sent anything recently? How long did it take? I know that Tether moved like something crazy, didn't he? Like over $1 billion of Bitcoin for like $2. Last one I did was over 4 hours. Christ. And is that just like the pain? And how much? What if you sent it like as high priority? I wonder how long that would take. But yeah, I mean, it is tedious. But I suppose the idea is that, you know, once you buy it, depending on obviously if you buy it on an exchange or if you're keeping it in self storage, but you know, if you're custodying it yourself, then probably most of the time you won't send it, will you? Depends on the network. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, the thing is, it shouldn't be like, I mean, 4 hours is horrendous, isn't it? But do you remember when there was all like, obviously the big backlog with inscriptions and stuff, and it was taking like 12 hours or whatever to send a transaction? Like the I forgot what they're even called, to be honest. What was it called? Ordinals. That's it, ordinals. I hit a period when no transaction went through for like an hour, so everything built up. Right. Yeah, do you remember when ordinals was like hot? God, that was awful, wasn't it? Yeah, I know. Yeah, what's happened to them? People talk about the fall off of NFTs, but what about the fall off on ordinals? My God. But yeah, I mean, everything's doing well. Pretty much, you know, similar or a little bit higher than when we've looked at them on stream. Yeah, garbage. But yeah, let me know in the chat. You know, and do get involved. Get your commenting. If you want to ask me something about the market, if you want to ask me something about Stonksy, I can take any Stonksy questions. For those of you that are watching that don't have Stonksy and you've never used Stonksy yourself, any questions you've got on it, get it into the chat and I can answer it for you now live. It'd be great to have some of you hop over. Yeah, we are. I mean, we've had a good push up on open, but I mean, momentum is still tailing off on the oscillator, isn't it? Yeah, I mean, even with the big volatile move, it's still, there's like still not really loads to dissect, is there? I mean, we've come into a key area, we've swept some key levels, and we've bounced, and that's it. So now we're just waiting on whether the pump is going to continue or we're going to drop back down into obviously where demand came in. What are we currently at? So we're currently at a minus 0.54% for June in the first 6 days. So for 2025, we've had plus 9%, minus 17 in February, minus 2 in March, April plus 14, May plus 11, and now we're into June. Nice effort on the likes. Big thank you to everyone that's liked the stream. Yeah, I mean, I still think that this is going to get faded. I just can't see how, all this just gets away with not being swept. The S&P's tailing back off potentially now. I don't know. GM, what a pump. Yeah, mate. Good recovery, innit? Really good recovery. How you doing, Fever? Great to see you, mate. Great to see you. I'm so certain short is correct. I re-entered on the break. I think personally, like, I think it is. I think it's the correct stance to be on. I just don't see like a shift. Like we're in a clear, if you look on the 1 hour, we're in a clear downtrend, aren't we? And even though we've swept some key levels and stuff, I still think in the scenario that, we have put like a bottom in or whatever, I still think that, all this should be taken out. So, come and take all this out and then find some consolidation in here or something, and then build and then go again if we're not going to go lower. To me, that would make sense. Just doesn't make sense just to let everyone long for 12 hours and then just get away with it. I mean, literally, you could have longed from here around 10 o'clock last night to, obviously, we had this drop here. But, comfortably, like 10, 11 o'clock this morning, you would have been in profit until we got the dip just after 1:30-ish. So, you got 12 hours there. We could have longed, you could have longed here, 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 and you would have still been in profit up until this point. I mean, anyone here who longed all along here is still massively in profit. So, yeah, I just find it hard to believe that, they just get away with that. I mean, anyone who shorted it, you look at the shorting side. So, anyone who shorted this, yeah, you could have shorted anyway. You could have shorted here, 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 and you would have been in profit for a while. But then, obviously, the market has then come and took pretty much anyone out up until the point of where the sell-off began. So, just the kind of same thing, isn't it? Just getting out of bed. Great to see you. Oh, mate. Well, thank you for choosing me to be one of the first people you see for the day. Great to see you. Right, well, I mean, we're not getting really much, are we? So I think we will end the stream there or thereabouts. Make sure you do drop a big like on the stream, whether you're watching on X or YouTube, and make sure you are subscribed. Before you go, make sure you click the Stonksy BLOFIN link. It is in the description or in the chat now. Sign up, get your non-KYC account in under a minute. And, of course, make sure if you want to get trades like you're seeing on screen, and, of course, the updates to the bot that SMFC is working on, then make sure you take advantage of the 20% off we're still running. You can get 20% off your first month of Stonksy with code BOT20. So come over to the website. Link's in the description. Link is in the bio for you people on X. And, yeah, BOT20 at checkout to receive 20% off your first month down to £116. You get access to everything. The indicator, the oscillator, the Discord server and the trading bots. So it'd be great to see you over there. But yeah, that's all for me today. Thank you for joining. And of course, it's Friday, so have a great Friday night. Enjoy your weekend, whatever you get up to, and you'll see me on Sunday night for the weekly roundup. Apart from that, take it easy, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.